Hello everyone, my name is Brendan Kelleher and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about the Jack Reacher book series and compare them to the two Tom Cruise movies based on the character. First of all, if you like this video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends and subscribe for future content. The character of Jack, no middle name, Reacher, made his debut in 1997 with the release of the novel Killing Floor, written by British author Lee Child. Reacher is an ex-major in the United States military police, who for reasons that we find out later, quit the service and now spends his days drifting from place to place across America and getting into different adventures, usually involving murder and a lot of broken bones. If I had to describe the character of Jack Reacher, I would say he's a cross between Sherlock Holmes and John Rambo. He's extremely intelligent and an expert at solving crimes, but he's also very, very tough. A pure one-man wrecking machine. You just wouldn't want to mess with him. In the books he's described as having blonde hair, 6'5", 250 pounds, with hands the size of baseball mitts, which actually sounds like Dolph Lundgren now that I come to think about it. Since 1997, there's been a new Reacher novel every year. The stories are pretty standalone and they can be read in any order, although a few prequel novels like Night School, The Affair, and The Enemy explore the character's origins. Surprisingly, despite the series' popularity, a movie adaptation of Jack Reacher never actually appeared until 2012. Now, to give a little context, when I saw the first Jack Reacher film, I actually had never even heard of the character before, let alone read any of the books. The movie was actually based on the 9th novel in the series, One Shot. In this story, a sniper kills several people, supposedly at random. When the police arrest the suspect, it turns out he was arrested before by Reacher in the army. He actually asks for Reacher as a character witness. Reacher, knowing the history of the suspect, actually thinks he's innocent and sets out to find the real killer. Tom Cruise starred as Jack Reacher in this film, a casting decision that, to say the least, caused some controversy amongst the series' fans. Physically, it's fair to say that Cruise doesn't resemble the character from the books. Now, again, I had never read the books before I saw this film, and I'm a huge Tom Cruise fan, so I enjoyed the film for what it was. A pretty decent action thriller. I guess not having read the books beforehand was a benefit for me, as I didn't have any of the baggage that brought. You see, when you're reading a book series for a long time, you have this image in your head of what the character should look like. So I can only imagine what it was like for fans of the series when they cast 5'6" Tom Cruise as 6'5" Jack Reacher. Now let's be clear on one thing. Tom Cruise is one of the best movie stars who's ever lived. He's a great actor. His work ethic is incredible, especially when it comes to doing his own stunts where he literally risks his life for our entertainment. And let's face it, he's had a few close calls. In a way, I'm actually glad there was such controversy over Cruise's casting. This got me curious, so I picked up Killing Floor, gave it a read, and I have to say, I got addicted very quickly. I really enjoy how Lee Child writes this character. The stories have an old school charm. You see, Reacher is an analog character in a digital world. He solves problems with his fists and really enjoys beating up the bad guys, preferably multiple opponents at once. There are some odd character quirks that haven't made it into the movies, such as Reacher having, for lack of a better term, an internal alarm clock in his head. When he goes to sleep, he knows exactly when he can wake himself up. He also has an old army habit where he never, ever sits with his back to a door, whether he's at a bar or restaurant. He also really, really likes coffee, preferably black and in large quantities. Bit like myself, really. When I rewatched the film after reading some of the books, I think I actually appreciated the film more than I did originally. I think on the whole it's a good adaptation of the character. And while Cruise doesn't physically resemble Reacher from the books, he more than makes up for it by nailing the attitude.
You think I'm a hero?
I am not a hero.
I'm a drifter with nothing to lose. You killed that girl to put me in a frame. I mean to beat you to death and drink your blood from a boot. Now this is how it's gonna work. You're gonna give me the address, and I'll be along when I am damn good and ready. And if she doesn't answer the phone when I call this number, if I even think you've heard her, I disappear. And if you're smart, that scares you. Because I'm in your blind spot, and I have nothing better to do.
By the time the second movie, Never Go Back, based on the 18th novel in the series, came out in 2016, I was a huge fan of the books. In this story, Reacher returns to Washington to meet Major Susan Turner, the woman who's been holding his former command. When Reacher gets there, he finds out that she's been arrested for the murder of 2 soldiers. Reacher sets out to prove her innocence. Oh, and Reacher finds out that he may have a 15-year-old daughter that he didn't know about. While this movie wasn't as well received critically as the first film, I picked up on a lot of Easter eggs that only fans of the books would get. The character Susan Turner had previously appeared in the novel 61 Hours. She and Reacher had never actually met and had only spoken on the phone. In the film, there's a scene where Turner asks Reacher about a dent on her office desk, which Reacher promises to tell her about someday. This is actually a reference to an earlier book in the series, The Enemy, set during Reacher's days as a major. With the second film underperforming at the box office, there are currently no plans to continue the film series with Tom Cruise. There are plenty of stories left to be told, however, as there are over 20 books in the series. At the time of recording this video, there are plans for a TV series from Amazon Prime in the works. The first season is going to be based on the first novel in the series, Killing Floor, and Jack Reacher is now going to be played by Alan Ritchson, who appeared in DC's Titans TV series. I think this is great casting. This guy is a good actor, he's 6'2" in height, and he's clearly no stranger to a gym. I also think that a streaming TV series is the best platform for the Jack Reacher character on screen. These days, television shows are heavily serialized, and focusing an entire 10-episode season on one novel allows more time to tell the story of that book, with episodes being chapters in telling one larger story. This is a similar approach Amazon took when adapting the Harry Bosch series of novels based on Michael Connelly's books of the same name. Personally, I can't wait. While I'm on the subject, my favourite Reacher novel is Worth Dying For. Seriously, this would make a fantastic movie. Anyway, that concludes my look at the Jack Reacher novels and films. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for future content. Please join me next week as I'll be reviewing the brand new James Bond film, No Time to Die. Should be interesting. Bye for now, and see you in the next video. Bye.